I'm going to have to make this one a slightly quicker one than yesterday, because yesterday the video that I made, I watched it back and you could hardly tell what I was saying because of the background noise of me driving, especially in the wind and rain. So today I decided it'd be a much better idea to record on my break, of which I've only got like less than 10 minutes left. So it will be faster today. However, I'm hoping the audio quality will be far superior. And I was just about able to make out what I said, so therefore, as you know, the whole purpose of yesterday's video was to watch it back and to improve my speech for the future. So this is the future. So hopefully today my speech is going to be an improvement of yesterday. I watched it back, I made mental notes on what was good and what was bad. You know, I repeated words sometimes. I don't like filler words, ahs, like. I don't like any of that. I don't wish to say any limiting beliefs whatsoever as I communicate with myself or an audience, if anyone else watches these. There's a limiting belief right there. It almost sounds like I can't believe anyone else would ever watch these. Well, there you are. That's another this is a lesson for day 3, which is tomorrow. But another important thing is I just want to take action and do things that I know that I should be doing and stop putting them off. So me making these videos and uploading them consistently on a daily basis and testing my vocabulary and my ability to speak is at least a huge step in the right direction, because it's far better than, you know, I can study till the cows come home, you know, till the end of time itself, but without actually putting it into action and testing it. That's where the true learning begins. You know, you can learn it. You can't learn it properly without doing it. You know, I wouldn't trust a surgeon to operate on me that hadn't actually put it to practice and only read books about how to do it. Like, I want someone that, you know, I want to be someone that is totally expert in the art of communication, and these videos are going to help me to achieve that goal without a shadow of a doubt. So there are two topics that I wanted to talk about in today's video, because as well as improving my vocabulary, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, if you will, I feel like it would be a fantastic idea to not just talk about random nonsense. Like, I could just tell you nonsensical stories with no meaning whatsoever, but that doesn't help me, that doesn't help anyone, and is totally pointless. You know, I'm not just going to make up some make-believe random nonsense stories just to speak for the sake of speaking. So I want to sort of intertwine 2 skills into one. So 1 is the skill of speaking, and 2, I want to speak about lessons that I've learned, and when I listen to them back, it learned to my subconscious, and then, you know, it'll improve my character as I proceed forward. So I want to improve my vocabulary and my speech, my enunciation, pronunciation, the speed of which I talk, how clear what I'm trying to say is, how to stay on topic, how to stop saying etc, etc, etc. We'll pick up the errors along the way, smooth them out, iron them away, and then with each video it'll get better and better and better. But the things I want to discuss in these videos are sort of pearls of wisdom that I've picked up myself in day-to-day life. Let's get rid of that. So today, there's two things that one entered my mind whilst I was driving earlier, and it's something that I want to make sure that I don't forget into the future, which is I need to learn the ability.
Pedestrian warning. Check display.
So I'm getting distracted by that person. That's something that can be learned as well. No external stimuli should be able to distract me, but it is. But let's see. Look at all this. It's a guy walking around and it's setting off all the sensors. Oh.
Well, not the rugby driver, no?
Huh?
Rugby driver?
No.
No.
No worries. Let's see. Distractions. The two things that I wanted to talk about, and I've got even less time now. Right. Two things. One, I need to desperately learn the ability of using this to make money, not this. I do not want to trade my time for money for the rest of my life. I don't want to fall into that trap. I don't want to make that normal. I don't want that to be ordinary to me. I don't judge other people for doing it. I'm doing it currently, and I know that it needs to be done, but it doesn't need to be done by me. I can absolutely escape this way of living. It doesn't suit me. It's temporary. I'm 22 years old now. And I want to, as quickly as possible, utilize this. I'm reading as much as I can about the subject of, basically, entrepreneurship, I suppose. But just using this, instead of these muscles and time, I can use this to create money. I've only ever had experience using my muscles and trading my time, my valuable, precious time, of the most precious commodity that I will never get back for money, just like everybody else does. And I don't want to do it any longer because I know that I can use this. One thought, one idea can change it all. And whilst most people, I'm being general here, you might not be one of these people, or you might be, I don't know, but generally people just spend their time chasing pleasure, doing hedonistic activities, watching films or Netflix or going out with friends, drinking alcohol in their free time, and they're totally entitled to do that. They can totally do it. I do not judge them for it. That's fine, but it's not for me. It is not for me. I do not have time to be doing that. I would much rather dedicate my time to going home, thinking, studying, coming up with ideas, writing things down, and most importantly now, because I've spent 6 months just studying, taking action. I want to do things, try things, test them out. People don't test. They have a voice in their head that automatically shuts them down before they begin, and I've had that problem too, but it's time that you overcome that thing and that you just do, and you don't care what anybody thinks or says or tries to get in your way or has judgment about it. It doesn't matter. You just gotta try it, and if it doesn't work, first of all, that's a limiting belief, but if it doesn't work, and what's changed? You're in the same position you was anyway. Let's say I had the opportunity to spend £500 testing something out that could potentially make me money in the future, or I could spend that same £500, someone else might spend that £500 going out 5 weeks in a row, like partying, drinking, degeneracy. I don't want any part of that. I would much rather risk the £500 on the off chance that it's going to make some money. I don't want to waste my time with any of that. I don't want to be surrounded by that. I don't want my environment to be people that also do that. It makes me feel unwell. People derive pleasure from that. That's fantastic. Those people can go and do that, and I don't judge them at all. That's the thing. I don't want you to think that I'm not saying like I just don't enjoy it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If you enjoy it, if you want to do that for the rest of your life, if that's how you want to spend your life, that's fine. I can't associate with that person. I can't be friends with that person or in a relationship with that person because we're not on the same wavelength, you see. But that doesn't mean I hate the person. I don't wish to spend time with the person. I don't hate that person. I hate nobody. If you choose to do that, that's on you. You know, I would much rather use my time productively on the off chance that I'm going to make money in the future without having to trade this or these. I just want to use this, my brain, ideas, thoughts. Obviously, it's going to take time as well, but you know what I mean. I'm not trading my time for somebody else's endeavor, you know. I'm not trading my time to make somebody else money. I'm making myself money and giving value to other people. I'm the main, you know, I'm number one on the let's eradicate that. I am number one on payroll. There is no one above me when it comes to creating my own money. Even if I make £100 a day, you know, I'm not saying I'm top of the food chain. I'm saying I'm top of the payroll, my payroll, the money that I'm creating. I'm number one that receives the income. You know, when I drive this truck for this company, Mark Thompson, Mr. Mark Thompson gets a higher amount than I do for the value that I provide because he came up with the idea 20 or so years ago to start using his brain to acquire trucks and people to drive them, to drive businesses money. Isn't that a crazy thing? One thought, one idea. Mr. Mark Thompson, the man who owns the company that I work for, when he was in his 20s, could just have easily have been the one going out partying, playing Xbox, and then I wouldn't have a job now. He's given me value, not as much value as I want to have going forward in my life, but he's given me and lots of other people value just because he came up with the idea. He had the ability to have influence on other people's lives. I don't have that superpower at this given moment in time, but I will one day acquire it because I'm going to start using this to make this. I don't care how long it takes. I will persist until completion. I will not stop until it happens. I'm telling you that right now, 100%. And the second thing I want to talk about, I've got 1 minute. Right. The second thing I will lightly touch upon. Ignore that. The second thing that I will just speak about for a moment, because I had it in my head that I wanted to just say out loud, is how people habitually complain and let it affect their day, but their life, not just their day, their everyday. I'll just give you a quick example and the reason why I'm talking about this and what made me realize it. So today I'm at Every. Let me just show you. Today I'm at Every in the truck. I got my trailer on the back. And I used to work at Every in the warehouse, not this warehouse, in Warrington, Burtonwood. I used to work in the warehouse, and I work for Mark Thompson's, and they have a contract with Every. But I don't usually do this contract. Today was the first time. But I used to work at Every about 5 years ago. Wow, 5 years ago. Yeah, between 3 and 5 years ago. I think I worked there for like a year or two. So yeah, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, I worked there for a period of time. And today it was going back and just seeing all those faces still there while I've moved on from that point in my life was crazy to see. I can't believe there's people still in there. It was fun while it lasted, but that's no way to live life. No way work there for any longer than... If I worked there for 5 years, I could not imagine trading 5 years of my life to working in there. And there's people been in there longer than that, 10, 20, 50. And there's people like that in every company, and I'm not going to be one of those people. But I saw all these familiar faces, and it just brought back all these memories and the people in there. Good and bad. I had good relationships with some of the people in there. You know, some of them were funny, some of them were not so funny and quite rude, and I don't know. There was just lots of different... I don't know. It just brought back a lot of memories of what that period of my time, period of my life was like. I enjoyed it, but obviously I could not stay there for a long time. But one person that I saw today, Jane. Now Jane is a character. I remember her so vividly, and I actually think about her often. Stop saying that. I think about her often, not in a weird way, but she once said something to me. And do you know when somebody says something and it replays in your head over and over all the time, like even something small, insignificant, they probably themselves don't even remember, but you carry it with you for the rest of your life? Because this was 5 years ago now, and I remember exactly where we were stood, exactly what time of day it was, her facial expressions, my thought process. I remember it all. And at this point in my life, I didn't really care about my physical appearance. Not in a really bad way, like not like I looked like a... I don't know how to explain, but I just didn't really... I wasn't clean shaven. I was a bit tatty. I'd like... Because it was in a warehouse as well, dirty warehouse, I didn't want to ruin all my clothes. So you'd often wear like the same clothes and they'd have like stains on them and stuff. Horrible, I know, but it is a warehouse. I mean, come on. So I didn't really care about my physical appearance. And this particular day, I didn't shave, and she said I looked like a scruff. I remember her, and I remember if she's saying I look like a scruff, that's... You know, I must really look like a scruff, you know. So I've always made sure since that day, I think, to make sure that, you know, my beard's a bit scraggly, but, you know, I always make sure this, because it was just horrible. It wasn't nice. And, you know, her saying that, you know. But Jane, she was a nice woman on the whole, but she complains about everything every single day. New complaint every single day. There is a new thing that she can complain about. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. Every day she would complain about something when I used to work there. I used to work there like 5 days a week. I'd have 5 complaints every single week. I worked there for like a year, 52 weeks, 5 complaints. What's 5 times 52? 520, 250, 260 complaints I must have heard. Different individual complaints. I really must have. And she... Again today, I heard her complain, and I thought, you were just habitually complaining. She was complaining to the cleaner or something, or one of the managers. And today, I'm thinking, I've not been there in 5 years, and she's been doing the same thing since. Every day complaining, letting something else affect her life in such a way that she feels the need to express it into the minds of others. Crazy, habitually complaining. So 2 things: don't complain. I don't want you to complain. I want you to keep moving forward. I don't want you to stay in the same position. You can't be... Imagine someone else leaves Mark Thompson's and for whatever reason they end up walking back in a different position 5 years from now and see you working here. That is what you've experienced today, but, you know, in the second person. So just keep moving forward. Don't complain, especially to other people. It brings yourself and them down. Just don't even dwell on anything like that. Don't do that. And use this instead of this and these for this, for money. And on that note, you know, this video has turned out quite a bit longer than I expected it to. So hopefully I've got a lot of stuff that I can improve on for the next time. I'll see you for tomorrow's video that I will be doing, because it's going to be a daily thing now until I hit some sort of revelation. Because when I make these videos and I speak to myself, when I put my thoughts into words, and especially when I watch them back, one, obviously I can improve my vocabulary and my speech, which is the main purpose of me making these videos and uploading them to YouTube on a daily basis. But second of all, I realise things. I wouldn't speak out loud without the video. I wouldn't just speak to myself like this. I could, I just probably wouldn't. But when I've got the video out, I need to say it out loud, or else you or I, in the future, when I watch this back, wouldn't be able to hear it. And when I say it out loud, it's different. It's like I can think about it in a different way than when it's all not aloud and it's all inside your head, and you can realise different things. So it's really interesting. I'm enjoying this experiment so far, and it's only day 2. So I'll see you on day 3 tomorrow, and we'll have different topics to talk about. See you tomorrow.